everyone, welcome back to our channel on Feng Shui Talk. And today we have again our Master Marco MM back on our channel to share with us what does he personally feel about River Modern. Now, River Modern has garnered a lot of response on my end, and in fact for my webinar we have about 40 people who signed up just within 10 days of advertising. So I'm very curious to hear from you about how do you personally feel about River Modern. He has done a lot of research on the floor plan and the orientation of this development to help us understand this development that has 455 units with 70% of them facing river. Some of us might be wondering, if you're buying for own stay, is it good for us, or too much water element, or is water good for us generally? And some of us who are thinking of cutting costs, maybe we do not want to buy river facing, how does it actually interpret to? And let's hear it from the master. So Marco, I want to ask you as a layman person, if today I'm thinking of buying River Modern for own stay because I really enjoy this location and convenience.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of probably I want to get a 3-bedder at there. I have two choices. I can choose the one non-river, I can choose the one river.
Yes.
What is your personal take about this project?
I will strongly encourage you to pick one that is facing the river. Because
river.
it's the final development over that side, D9 is facing the river. I mean, the subsequent launches may be years down the road. So today, at this time, this particular new launch has 70% of the units facing the Singapore River. So for your 3-bedder consideration, first, get the right floor level, get the correct floor plan, and go for the balloting. Anyone out there should not miss this opportunity. I was doing some analysis on the site itself. So when you look at the map itself, you draw the 8 directions, as mentioned in the last podcast. We want to see supporting auspicious features outside River Modern. 有还是没有? So the good news today, I saw more than 3方位, 3个 sectors with immediate nearby auspicious features close to River Modern.
Wow.
Very encouraging. You seldom see these kind of things around. If I were to compare RRM with Promenade, Zion Grand, River Green and so on, too far away to compare.
You mean the auspiciousness of River Modern is way better than the other projects in the Feng Shui terms?
Precisely. This is what I'm trying to project across. The proximity of the river is just at your doorstep. As far as Feng Shui is concerned, the river is considered as a source of wealth. If you know how to tap into this source of wealth, it's like the password to the Wi-Fi. How to tap floor level and a floor plan, and yourself with the strong determination to really get one unit there. Coming to Kelly, you mentioned that you are considering seriously to get a 3-bedder there. For your case, because I understand your profile, I will strongly suggest you look at something like on the 15th floor. I understand there's 36-story higher, but for your case, 15 is the most beautiful number.
Wow, that's very specific.
That's for your case and your family.
Interesting, okay.
So every case is different. 每个人的格局是不一样的. So the whole point is to be able to tap like Wi-Fi, password to the wealth outside. If we are talking about 财位, obviously we are talking about good health, good career prospect. It's like a very good package, Okay, I shall start out with the Southwest. In the last podcast, I was talking about Terra Hill, and I also specifically pull out Southwest sector. In this River Modern example, I saw 3 auspicious external features: petrol station, Kim Seng CC, and partially the river can be seen from the southwest direction. So these 3 things, what does it mean to the potential owner of RM? If you happens to be facing the river, I mean the units itself, woman of the house is expected to do well. 你主人 confirm will be doing very well or calling the shots in the house. That's first level. Second level, you can expect not to get hungry in the household. This is what I mentioned the other time in Terra here.
Right.
So for your case, 你有2个大女儿对吗？2个女儿。
Yeah, I have 2 daughters and 2 sons.
So for your eldest girl, I'm especially excited if you were to get one unit there. I seldom talk like that, because I don't oversell. In the southeast direction of River Modern, you can clearly see the river curling around It's not just a plain view, it's curving around. So southeast represents the eldest daughter in the family. You see water in that place because southeast sector is element wood. You see water outside the southeast sector, it means the water externally outside the house is supporting that direction, that particular sector, like a feng shui. Your eldest daughter, I think, can do very well academically.
Right.
You know?
Well, what happens if it's a son? Like you say the curve and all this supporting. I mean, in Singapore, it's very hard to find a project like that unless we go for the older ones like Rivergate and etc. But today we're talking about harmonized new project, which is only River Modern. If those who are buying is not having son, or maybe they are single, or they're just like couple, how does it benefit them?
The first level I always touch on is the family member in the household. The 8 directions definitely will represent one family in the household. So supposing now if the household has no eldest daughter, still single, so it can represent your work, your career prospect. And if you happens to be a self-employed person, 你的人脉, your sales and marketing technique, your 风评, the public opinion about you is very good. If you look at the other projects, not just in D9, other places of Singapore, you seldom can see a river that close to a new launch placed so advantageously to the project.
I must say that Cocoland has a lot of insights when they build this project or when they bid for this project. Actually, when they bid this project, they bid at about 7% higher than River Green. And when we were doing the research or analysis, which we will be doing a webinar on about River Modern in 2 days' time, we also observed that, the concern as a buyer is, will I be paying a premium for this river facing? So now that you mentioned so excitedly, it makes me also very, very excited to hear from you that I'm thinking of doing a 3-bedder, then it's good for the daughter. But there will be a group of us who are not looking at buying such a big quantum. Maybe some of us who are watching this video, we are thinking of, I just want to buy an investment property. My question is that if I want to buy River Modern as an investment property, knowing that there's an X factor to it, which is near to the river, I noticed the site plan shows that most of the 2-bedders are actually facing the school. And only 2 of the 2-bedders are facing the river. From your professional advice as a Feng Shui master, which one is better to make more money?
I will come in from another angle instead. I will look at the project as one whole self. Because every project has a heart. So 从那个心开始画那个方位. And that's the reference point to look at the 8 directions. But if you're talking about for investment purposes, especially for the 2-bedders, which is not really facing the river, 它的中心点 is still the same as the 3-bedder. It doesn't really matter whether you are looking into a 2-bedder or a 3-bedder. 它的整体, the entire entity by itself, doesn't change the reference point, which is the 中心点.
On a layman interpretation is, it doesn't mean that we must get river facing to get the tie to our house. So long the central of the project, we are still within around that central in terms of our 2-bedder. Is that what you mean?
Yes and no. The correct answer is yes and no. I keep mentioning about 8个方位. Now, 这个8个方位, they don't stand alone. I give an example. It's like after the southeast, if you move clockwise, it becomes the south. And then from the south, it becomes the southwest.
Yes.
As long as the southwest is facing the river, that's clear-cut enough. And the southeast is facing the river. As long as that feng shui is strong enough to capitalize, to benefit from the external environment, it will indirectly or unconsciously enhances the next feng shui. Then you saw southeast, just now I kept talking about it. Because it is so well positioned, your south is expected to benefit. So therefore, subsequently it becomes the southwest. Southwest has 3 auspicious external features there, not 2, not 1. And therefore the west sector is going to benefit as well. I find the west is the most beautiful one because on the west, there is the Great World City. You look further a little bit, there's a Church of Benedict.
Yes.
That means there's 2 auspicious external features enhancing the west feng shui. Now, just to give a simple analysis method, the west feng shui is known as element matter, 五行金,
Okay.
土生金, earth grow the matter. The Great World City Mall is an earth element simply because people gather there. And then you have the Church of Benedict. The church is always regarded as a metal element. 你外面有金金比旺，你还有土生金呢。Let's say if you are single, or you are in the entertainment industry, or you are someone that requires you to communicate, be it a lawyer, be it a singer, be it a lecturer, a speaker by itself, you should seriously look at this RM. Why? Because 它代表我们的人缘，我们的魅力。So for those who are still hoping to find your most compatible mate, the West is so well supported that it's very difficult for you not to be liked.
Wow.
Of course, I'm not just talking about love. Love means romantic. It's about your relationship with your boss, your superiors, your downline, your customers.
As a whole, your relationship with humans or people around you.
So I'm really very excited by what I saw on paper in terms of analysis.
I just have this burning question that I really have to ask you. So you see, you have studied this project intensively because if not, we won't be able to give our people the right information. I want to ask you in terms of floor plan, because I'm sure you dive deeper into floor plan as well. So whether there's 2 or 3 or 4 bedder floor plan, there's a total of 12 floor plans. Is there any floor plan that you feel is good and any that you think is maybe not so good, in your opinion?
I just saw the floor plans a few days ago, officially released by the developer, GoCoLand. I saw 3 I will consider as a grade A floor plan. I specifically will use the word 2 protruding areas in the floor plan itself. I saw that in 3 of the floor plans. So it doesn't mean that the remaining floor plans are not good. Okay, I shouldn't say bad. I can't say bad. I think the other floor plans are so-so, borderline, average, simply because the other 3 was so outstanding.
Right.
Because I was comparing.
Okay, makes sense.
Let's say if you really want to just know which 3 of the floor plan I mentioned was on the grade A rating, why don't you let us know? I can actually get Kelly to send across the floor plans to you.
Well, maybe my thought process is that as a consumer, I might be able to get a good queue number to select the top 3 grade A floor plans. I might not have a chance to get the top 3 grade A floor plans, but that doesn't mean that I can't buy this development because you mentioned that it's very, very good generally. So if I can't get the ideal floor plan that you as a master is advising, what will be the other floor plans that I should consider?
I have 2 ways to answer this question. One of them will be based on my actual experience. The other one is based on floor plan floor level. It doesn't mean that you anyhow select, you will get auspicious unit. We still have to observe the internal feng shui, the structure inside the house, which means location of your kitchen and the location of your toilets. These are very important considerations as well, despite the fact outside is so wonderful.
What do you mean by location of kitchen and toilet?
That means on the floor plan itself, once you open it up, 你打开你用一个 helicopter view, just take a look objectively, where is the location of the kitchen with the reference point from the center of the floor plan.
So the thing is, why is kitchen and toilet? Why is it so specific, these 2?
Because it is real fire and real water.
What kind of implication will happen if we anyhow choose something that these both areas are in the wrong positioning?
If you choose wrongly with the kitchen in the wrong place, for example, if your kitchen is located in the southeast, I can tell you if you choose to stay inside or if your tenant is staying inside, they are going to lose hair very fast. If the kitchen is located in the west sector of the floor plan, I can tell you, unless you stay alone. If you're not staying alone, you cannot communicate with your neighbor. You can't communicate with those people you're staying in the house. 我们叫做口角。鸡犬不宁 because the fire is hurting the matter. As mentioned just now, the west is 五行金 So you have the kitchen, which is a fire element, is countering the matter for simple understanding. Now this is the first part of the answer. The second part of my answer is this. Last year, sometime in March, to be specific, 9th of March, that was a Saturday, I was helping a client to ballot for Oriel, Tampines EC. So she is not a first timer. She has already utilized a privilege. But she wants to get a unit there. So I actually helped her to do something in her current house to instill the balloting luck. At that time, we were in the snake year. Snake year is synonymous with the southeast sector of the house. I don't mind I share with you what I did. I told her to get 1.5 liters of Coca-Cola, put it in the southeast sector of her house. Her number was 202. I remember very clearly.
Oh, wow. So there is a way in terms of feng shui to increase your ballot number, guys.
Yes, correct.
This is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yes, it
oh,
is.
wow.
Yes.
This is exciting.
我没有编出来, it really
guys.
happened. So she
Maybe
got her
we should
number
consider,
202. She's not a first timer, confirm not first timer. She's staying with her mom in a HDB resale flat. By putting 6 bottles of Coca-Cola in the southeast sector of a HDB in Tampines, she got the queue number at 202.
Amazing.
You know.
Amazing.
No need to see, also can buy
I should have
already.
come to you from the start.
This piece of technique can be utilized. But now we are not in the snake year, so don't do that.
Well, I know what you're thinking. If you're considering that I want to pull hing hing and I want to hope that I can get a good queue number, and then I have a first priority to choose the best potential layout in terms of price for myself, you know that our master Marco is here, and I'm also here to assist you for that. But no guarantees. For sure, we will do our best to help you to tiao if needed. So, Marco, you have mentioned a lot of good things about River Modern, and now I want to hear from you. If there are things about River Modern that are not so good, that you feel that these are things that we should take note of, because after all, every house there's good and not so good areas, what are the things that we should look out for?
In this context, then I will put a lot of weightage, which is outside the house itself.
Okay.
就是 River Modern 的外面 external factors. There's a lot of heavy construction going on now.
Yes.
It's not just about whether it will affect River Modern or not. Existing residential places like Mirage Tower, Riverville, they are all affected by the recent heavy construction going on.
Yeah.
Promenade 啦, Zion Grand 啦, River Green 啦, 它整个地方都会受损 simply because there's external heavy construction. The noise itself, the dust itself, and obviously the visual. You see a broken, uncompleted, ugly building.
Yes.
那个就是杀气咯. What does it mean? It means that there is a temporarily inauspicious vibration outside the area by itself. Now, how do I relate this to River Modern leh? In the future, under the master plan, if the government decides to do a lot more new buildings there, new construction, whatever it is, that is considered a temporarily inauspicious 杀气, which is a very dynamic situation. 它到那个时候很多会变化了吧? TOP sometime maybe 4 years later, 2030, then they decided to do something in the master plan, going to enhance the area more. They want to build another shopping mall again. Or a hotel there, 它就会有一种很 dynamic 的杀气. The structure-wise, we have no issues, but it's just the ever-changing environmental dynamics.
So speaking of this, right, actually, I want to ask you, when you mentioned is sachi, and these are things that are real, because for my own house, when I was staying in Claiborne,
Hi.
before Alta was having all the foundation, the digging and all this construction and noise, our kids and myself, we were in the best of health. After a while, when all the foundation starts building and all this for Alta, which is right beside me, I realized that my kids often fall sick. And my husband and I are often tired. These are things that we don't actually experience before, and now that I can relate, I can understand. But I want to ask you, right? The moment the construction stops, that means it's completed.
Yes.
Does it mean that things are actually reinstated back to normal? Now, why I ask you this is because for River Modern itself, the TOP date is very close to the rest of them. The only two possible sachi that River Modern will have is the hotel construction and Parcel C, which is right behind it. When this happens, I'm very sure it might affect the vibration of River Modern and the residents staying there. Does it mean that it will reinstate back to normal when the rest of the construction is done?
Well, if I were to look into that angle, that Parcel C, which is directly behind River Modern, that is a north sector. 北的方位代表第二个儿子 in the family, the second son in the family. Once the government decides to sell the land to somebody and they start constructing, your north has an issue. But it's not a permanent issue. Maybe another 2-3 years. But then, another issue comes into the picture because 你的后面被挡住了. It was empty, it was open. Suddenly now you have a project behind, maybe 10 story, maybe 12 story. Depending on your level in RM, you can choose the particular level in RM to mitigate this particular sachi. That's for the north sector law.
Well, the thing is, River Modern probably TOP in 2029 like that.
Yeah.
And if Parcel C is up, which will be launching in April this year, probably their TOP is 2029, which is 1 year later. Does it count from the time I buy? Let's say if I buy, my son will be affected, or it counts from the time I move in until their TOP that period.
During the period of construction, nobody is staying in RM.
Yes.
This 3 years, 4 years time frame, nobody is staying in RM. So therefore, no one will have this
It won't affect
unbearable
my son.
sachi.
So means physically I need to be inside the house. Construction has to be ongoing for me to possibly be affected
by the sachi.
Okay.
Because it's too close already, Parcel C.
So that means anyone who is buying River Modern, for the next 1 year when you move in until Parcel C is completed, you might actually experience a bit of distortion in your second son in your north sector.
Only the second son
If
in
no
the family.
second son,
If no second son, the daughter is not affected. Neither will not be affected, even if the north has been damaged and so on. It's just a family member in the household.
Okay.
So what if there's no second son in the household? Well, your career, you'll find that there's some kind of stagnancy there. 你不够灵活啊. The brain is not fast enough, creativity a bit slow lah, and don't dare to take risk.
I understand. This is very insightful. I couldn't really understand why we go through the health challenge and feel tired and stuff. Until now you pointed out, I can make sense with Clavon and Alta. Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah, I think I remember I went to your place, right? Cravon 21楼.
Yeah,
I saw
right.
in the southeast some more. It was ugly constructing going on and so close to your block. Then obviously your 大女儿有问题咯.
And you keep telling me to sell my house, which I did anyway, so yeah. And honestly, when we moved to the new place that we are temporarily staying, it is good because no construction and it's quiet facing. Yeah, so anyway, for River Modern, we have covered enough already. And I think there's plenty of things that we can go on, and that you may have a lot of questions about River Modern that is not actually answered right now. So what we want to let you know is that River Modern is going to be launched on the 20th of February until the 1st of March. So of course, if you feel that this is one of the projects that you are considering, whether it's Feng Shui matters or whether it's an investment point of view, and you want to have exclusive one-to-one consultation at the site itself on what stack to choose before you even put down your check. I have personally discussed with Marco because our first podcast, we have quite a few response and it was quite good. We want to open up 10 more spots for all of you who are watching this to let us go through this process of a consult on site to see based on your 格局 which are the layout that are suitable for you, and I will have the price matrix to advise you along the way. And then you can decide whether you want to take it to the next step or not. Nonetheless, we only have 10 spots and it's really a first come, first serve basis. With that, we also want to highly encourage that if you want to also have other questions that you want Master Marco to answer you, our QR code has always been there. You can scan it or click on the link in our bio and reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through this journey. With that, we should end our episode 2 of podcast on River Modern. The next project that we're going to come up to share will be Pinery. Same thing, Marco will be going through all the Feng Shui matter for Pinery. And if you are or your friends are considering Pinery as well, feel free to hit us up and we will be more than happy to walk you through this journey as well. With that, we shall end our episode 2. Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.